Hola familia. Regarding the last video, there was a lot of questions about the toogle clamps. Well, I'm going to show you how to do exactly the same jig with no cost or just a couple of pennies. So,
well, we are going to begin cutting 3 pieces of 1.5 inch from a scrap that I have around, and then another 3 pieces of about 6.5, 7 inches, and 3 small pieces that are going to be positioned at the front of the clamp. So you will see later why. It's a very easy process. This is a very easy project that is going to be very helpful, I guess. This is how the pieces are going to be positioned. So now we go to the assembly table. The first thing we have to do is sand the pieces we are going to glue up with each other. So use a piece of paper on a flat surface. In my case, I have this sanding block, so I'm going to use it. This is just a second. And then for gluing, I'm going to use cyanoacrylate with activator, which is very quick and it's very hard glue. So there you have it. And actually, anyway, I'm going to use spring clamps, so to help a little bit to be very well glued up. So after the back ones, we have to glue up the small ones on the front. Same process and same spring clamps. After a couple of seconds, the spring clamps is not needed anymore. So once we have this, we have to sand this small piece a little bit, and we're going to attach a little bit of sandpaper. I'm going to use 80 grit. This will allow the clamp to don't move from, or the piece that we are going to pass through the table saw to don't move. As you know, the toogle clamps have a rubber piece. In this case, sandpaper is going to do exactly the same job. That little piece I'm using is just to apply uniform pressure to all the sandpaper. Now it's just a matter of trim the excess, and we have our clamps almost ready. Okay, now I'm going to sand the base a little bit concave, so this will allow it to sit very well on the table. I'm going to change the view right now. There you have it. This can be done by hand, of course. Well, I have the sand, the bell sander, so why not to use it? There we go, and we are good to go. So now the board we're going to use for the sled or for the jig, you have to drill it all the way through, and then make a bigger hole to allow the head of the bolt to be flush or even below the surface of the board. We don't want any steel to touch our table saw. And for the clamps, you make a hole about the center is okay. Have to be an oversized drill bit, and we are going to rock it a little bit on the drill bit to have more movement. And then to the assembly table, we are going to use epoxy to fix the bolts to the board. Now, you don't want the threads to be covered in epoxy, so it's better just pass the bolt through and then just apply the epoxy to the head. Now when you press it, we are going to use a disc of wood with a knot. It's very easy. I didn't record it, I'm sorry. So this will apply the pressure we need, and once the epoxy is cured, we are good to go. Okay, and now the just last step is mount the clamps. So I didn't have, I just have 2 bolts, so I used 2 of them. Anyway, 2 clamps of this style is going to be more than enough. Here is a board. Well, the first attempt was not successful because the discs from the nuts are straight to the clamps. So what I'm going to use is put a washer, an oversized nut, and another washer, and this will give room enough to clamp very, very strong. Here you have some steels. I hope you like it. If it's your first time here, please subscribe, and if anybody wants and can help the channel, the Patreon button is down below. Thank you very much, and I see you next Friday with another jig or tips. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.